I'm tired of living in volatile environments. I'm tired of getting screamed at and yelled at and ordered around. And I'm tired of getting beaten on. And I'm tired of being called the N word. And I'm tired of people pretending that I'm gay as an excuse to assault me. I'm tired of people saying they want to do something about it, but all they ever do about it is talk about getting violent. I'm tired of people promising to help me turn it in and never making the time. I'm tired of people going out of their way to be an idiot in these Facebook groups and YouTube channels. And then when they get bullied, they want to blame me. I'm tired of that. You know what else I'm tired of? I'm tired of being treated like I'm some sort of horrible person because other people took advantage of me. I'm tired of being treated like because I'm intelligent, my physical disabilities don't exist. I'm tired of being treated like because I have physical disabilities that I must be stupid. I'm tired of having to turn in predators to the police alone. And I'm tired of the police treating me like I'm some sort of a horrible person when people commit crimes against me. I come to expect predators to be angry I told on them. But the most disgusting part of this is that these people doing these things, they try to play it off like they don't realize they're doing them. Like they don't realize right from wrong, or like getting drunk or doing drugs makes it okay for them to make the excuse that they didn't know right from wrong. Well, then maybe you shouldn't drink or do drugs. Does drinking and doing drugs make it okay to beat on people? Does drinking and doing drugs make it okay to rape people? Does drinking and doing drugs make it okay to murder people? No. Well, look at how many people have tried to play off like my predators' crimes are okay because some of them are on drugs or alcohol. Look at Robert Franklin Warnick. Oh, he was probably just drinking. Yeah, and if he gets like that when he's drinking, maybe he shouldn't be drinking. You ever think of that? You ever think instead of blaming me for being victimized by the guy, maybe you blame him for committing the act to begin with? You ever think instead of victimizing me for having to do desperate things, you do something about the people who physically assaulted me and threatened to kill my friends and family? Not pretended to, like the Bollingers. People actually threatened my friends and family in real life over their slander. There's a reason I speak up. When you want to stick your nose in it, and then you want to tell me, oh, my family, my family, my family. No, no, you don't get to hide behind your family. Because I'm not hiding behind mine. These people legit threatened my family. These people who offered to help me legit came and let me know about people threatening and harassing them and trying to start fights with them, and in some case, starting fights with them. I had friends of mine getting into fights in front of me over this BS. When you say you don't want to get involved, that's fine, but yeah, it's too late to go back once you've already gotten involved. Now, let me give you an analogy here because, well, y'all seem to like those more than my stories, huh? Let's say you are my friend, but I'm just a little girl in this story. Now, you're my friend, and you're an adult, and my daddy's raping me, and I tell you about it. But you don't want to believe me. And then you see it, and you never tell anyone. But I do. I try going to the cops, and I say, hey, my dad raped me. And my adult friend Melissa saw it. I've been telling her about it for weeks. I've been telling Melissa that my dad's been raping me. Melissa doesn't want to hear it. And then she got to see it. And I told her it was happening. And it was supposed to be her job to protect me, and she was supposed to be my trusted adult. You should ask Melissa. Do you think Melissa is going to admit that you'd been telling her all along and she just wouldn't listen? Do you think Melissa is going to admit that she just watched and never said a word? Sure, she might have said a word to you, the victim, but she never said a word to the police before this. She never said a word to anybody else about the abuse. She kept it to herself, and now you're, what do they call it? Calling her out. You're calling her out in front of police officers about crimes that she saw committed because she was there. What is Melissa's reason for not coming forward? Because she didn't do the right thing and she is embarrassed and ashamed. And who wouldn't be? You saw a little girl get raped and you did nothing. This after weeks of her telling you it was going on and you did nothing. But now you're failing her again because now she's telling the police. She's trying to get a stop put to it. But you did nothing, and now you're ashamed and you're afraid of consequences for doing nothing. It's horrible. It's shameful. So because you don't want to get in trouble, you let that little girl get treated like she's crazy. And you let her dad do whatever he wants to her. And anyone else for that matter, because let's be frank about this. If he's going to victimize one little girl, what's to stop him from victimizing yours? Mostly access. Mostly. That doesn't mean that he's not going to eyeball your little girl, or your little boy for that matter. You never know. And there's no guarantee that the person doing that will be a man. We've gotten to see with teachers last year. 55 female teachers got busted having sex with their with their students. 5 male teachers did. That's an 11-to-1 ratio. That's pretty significant when you want to pretend that all men are rapists. And women could never do such a thing. No woman would ever do something predatory. Ever. They're infallible. They're prettier than we are, so they must be right. That is fucking stupid. When people's way of dealing with things is to beat on things and slam doors and break things and scream and shout, and that's their go-to begin with. I do wonder why. Now, with a lot of people, it's a no-brainer. They drink a lot. With a lot of other people, it's a no-brainer. They do a lot of drugs. Now, I do try to leave leeway for the fact that the gateway drug is trauma, Trauma. After listening to doors slam and people scream, I am not able to function for a good 24 to 48 hours. But you guys don't care about that. You believe that if you bully me enough that it'll magically change it. No, it won't. That bullying makes it worse. So I gotta have multiple recording devices that I record on just in case of violence and cruelty. And you just want to think to yourself, oh, well, I just did it once, it's no big thing. Or I only did it 5 or 6 times, it's no big thing. But you know what? When you do that repeatedly to me, eventually I have a mental breakdown from that. Eventually, when I deal with enough violence and enough screaming and enough hatred, eventually I am going to scream back. Eventually I will scream back. When you assault me over and over and over and over and over again, you do not get to pretend like you are some sort of a victim because I screamed. You don't get to pretend that I'm some sort of an evil monster because I cursed. Hell no. After you antagonize the situation and dismiss and demean me as much as possible, no, you don't get to play that stupidity. I'm a human being too. When people expect me to do things that I've been instructed not to do, they want to tell me they're helping me and then they send me running errands. How does that help me when those errands end up with me being more injured? With me being worn out, with me being unable to do any of the things that I need to do for myself to take care of me.